Hello and welcome to Inspire Coach. As we've always said, this is the platform where we build, challenge, motivate, and encourage one another to be the very best versions of ourselves. It's always my pleasure to have you. So today, let's do a review of the past 3 videos that we did. The first video we did, we talked about gratitude and the 2 important words we hear every day, thank you. So let's talk about gratitude today. Let's talk about these 2 words that we hear almost every day. And the 2 words are thank you. I'm sure most of us hear these words every day. Do they bring meaning to you? What do they mean to you? Thank you comes out of a place called gratitude. And just being grateful for what we have. And what is gratitude? Gratitude is focusing on the things that we have and being happy that we have them, and being grateful that they are in our lives. Sometimes it could be things, it could be people, it could be even services that people have offered us. It's always a good gesture to be grateful and to even express it. And when we express it, it's not just saying thank you and walking away. Take a pause, look at the person, and say thank you, even as you mutter those words to them. The moment you do that, it comes from your heart and it gives the other person a reason to do it again. We are grateful for kindness. We are grateful for the small and the big things. So let's learn to be grateful. Let's learn to appreciate gratitude. So practicing gratitude can be a game changer in our lives. That is, if we are intentional about being grateful. It can boost our health. In terms of, it makes you feel better when you're grateful for what you have. The other thing it does, it creates a better relationship with those around you, with your friends, with anybody that you've been grateful towards, or one that you've expressed your gratefulness by saying thank you and meaning it from your heart. The other thing gratitude does, it gives us joy. Joy even in the small things that we have and the fact that we appreciate that we have these things. So how do we practice gratitude? By observing. Begin by being intentional about yourself and observing how you say those 2 words, thank you. Do you say them as you're rushing towards what you wanted to do? Or do you take a pause? Look at the person who made you happy and told them, thank you. Let it come from your heart. Let it be an overflow of being grateful that you've got what you've got, or this person did something good to you. Don't do it because you've been forced to. And that will enhance such a relationship that comes from a place of gratefulness and showing that person what you did to me was good. The other way we practice gratitude is by picking one thing that we've seen in our lives, even when it's not someone who's done it for us. Pick one thing in your life every day and be grateful for it. Be grateful that you've got it. It could be something as simple as life. You've woken up healthy. You've woken up being able to do what you have, or even having a job or a business or a family. Be thankful. See the fruits of being grateful every day. It brings you joy. It brings you peace, and it makes you comfortable. It puts you in a happy place. So the second video we did, we discussed contentment. Are you learning to be content each day? Has it brought joy to your heart? So let's talk about contentment today. What is contentment? It's a state of being satisfied with what you have. It does not necessarily mean that you have everything you wanted to, but being content and being happy and satisfied with that you currently have. Contentment does not mean that we have reached and we don't pursue our goals. But it simply means we live a day at a time. That you've been able to achieve, you celebrate and be happy about it. And that gives you the strength to wake up another day and pursue your goals even further. And each moment you achieve something, you stay in a place of contentment with gratitude and not having to feel like you failed or you didn't make it. Sometimes during the pursuit of your goals, you might not get something that you really wanted at that particular moment. That does not mean that we stay frustrated, hurt, or feeling disappointed. Remind yourself there's another day. You can go for what you want. You can reach out to your goals. You can see the mistakes you made for you to have failed to reach your goals. Walk through them and not repeat them again, so that you're able to reach your goals on a daily basis. So what are some of the distractions to contentment? One is having unrealistic goals. Sometimes we raise the bar too high. We put a lot of expectations, and when they are not met, we get disappointed, we feel broken and discouraged. So it's good to look back at your expectations, reduce them as much as you can, so that even when they are not met, you will always be at a place of contentment and knowing that you can still go for what you want. The other distraction to contentment is comparing yourself to the others. Remember, you're always a unique person and your path is different. Your path is not my path because you're unique in your own way. So it's wise not to compare yourself, but appreciate yourself as you live a day at a time, as you pursue your goals a day at a time. The last distraction to contentment is greed and not believing that you can have enough. Sometimes greed comes from a place of selfishness that you want to hoard. Having that state of greed makes you not ever feel content, regardless of how much you have. So it's always good to let go of greed and just be happy. Be satisfied with that you have. And the last video we did, we talked about peace and we discussed how we need to stay peaceful. Even when our environment does not seem peaceful, we can still stay in that state of being peaceful. So let's talk about peace. And I'm gonna make it different today. I'll tell you a story. Once there was a king who brought up a drawing competition, and the theme of the competition was peace. So he had requested different paintings that themed peace. A lot of paintings were done, wonderful paintings. Paintings that showed peace, calm, tranquility. And the king was so impressed. But as he continued looking for the winner, he was left with two choices. One of the paintings had this landscape that showed the sea, and the sea was calm, it was not windy, and it was a wonderful masterpiece. The other masterpiece showed a waterfall, a long waterfall, and there was a river down. Right beside the river there was a rock, and near the rock was a nest, and there was this bird with its young ones who looked completely at peace, not bothered at all by the noise that came from the waterfall. So the king had a choice to make. Which picture did he like the most? Eventually, he chose the waterfall picture. The reason he chose it was because he realized that the bird stayed at peace with its young one, regardless of the noisy waterfall, even the river that passed through near the nest. The bird was unbothered about its environment. So the story teaches us how to stay in peace regardless of our environment. It's not promised that we'll always have peaceful environments. Sometimes we'll get environments that bring chaos, that bring turmoil. But how do you still stay in peace regardless of how the environment looks like? It takes you focusing on your heart, focusing on that you want, focusing on the great things that you do have. Be intentional about staying in peace. You know, sometimes we forget that there's very little we can do about the environment or the people or the things that are happening around us. And sometimes we do take offense when someone has projected their lack of peace towards us. We stay offended, we lack our peace, we lack our joy, but not because we were not in a state where we could stay at peace, but we accepted and allowed the environment around us to startle and take away our peace. I will tell you something. Nothing is worth the peace of your heart. You cannot trade the peace of your heart with anger because someone made you angry or upset. Learn to let go. Learn to choose peace at all times. There are issues you can let go or handle them peacefully. Choose peace at all times. It gives you joy. It gives you a calm mind. You're able to make your decisions well because your mind is at peace, your mind is calm. So as we come to the end of our conclusion, stay motivated, stay challenged. Till next time, thank you.